Somebody start. Any? One? Kakianaban? Bill of exchange US dollars. 120, 580. So what's the issue? LC says 120,000. Okay. What is the invoice value? So is it a discrepancy? No. Article? දැන් ළමයි ඉන්නවනේ මේ මෙහෙම. තව සමාන දෙකයි විභාගෙට. Right? ඔබ නෙමෙයි මගේ පරණ පන්ති. කෑ ගහන අරගොනේ එකක් කියනවා මේගොනේ එකක් කියනවා. කිව්වනේ මම ළමයි මේ හදන්නේ to take over my baton. You have to continue. කට්ටිය කැමති කට්ටියට. මාත් එක්ක ඉගෙනගෙන මෙතෙන්ට එන්න ඕන. Article 30 නේද? Article 30. According to Article 30, 5% tolerance is allowable. So 5% එනවාද 580 වලට? එනවානේ. Then you got it? Right? Then it's wrong. Then pardon? Okay, that's a discrepancy. That's a discrepancy. How we are going to write the discrepancy as per the Article 16 when you are advising the discrepancies? කොහොමද අපි වගේ එකක් කියන්නේ? But make it simple. Don't make it a garbage, right? එතකොට වෙන්නේ අර බැංක් එකේ කාට කියලා තේරුම් ගන්න හම්බෙන්නේ අපේ ඒවා. right? ඒතර ඒ විදිහට ආන්සර් කරන්න වෙන එකක්. ඔක ගියොත් එමේ ඉතියෝපියන් බැංක් එකකට මාස ගානකට මේ discrepancy sort out කරගන්න හම්බෙන්නේ. Make it simple. කරපද කරන කටින් ඈ Judy discrepancy එක කිව්වේ මොකද්ද? Invoice, as per the invoice, it's 500cc bikes. Description of goods not as per LC. Description of goods not as per LC. එකට වඩා තව පොඩ්ඩක් මම ලියනවා නම් මම ලියන්නේ දැන් ඕක හොයන්න අරගෙන ආපහු බලන්න බෑ. They have to go through the LC again, right? Better, right? Invoice says 500cc bikes instead of 600cc as per LC. Is that how clear? That guy will straight away he can focus on that, right? Right, Tava? Vessel name? I didn't get it clearly. The vessel name not as per BL. Yes. Yes. two different vessel names, right? BL and invoice both, right? BL given 830. Then fund full set of original BL not submitted. Here the full set again. Huh? How much? 4. The BL. Yes. Number of original bill of lading 4, but they have presented 3. They have presented 3. Okay. That's a very valid discrepancy. Very valid. How many people notice that? How many people notice that? Madi, the full set of BL not submitted. Only 3 submitted. Right? Right. Notify part in the BL. Very good. Very good. How many people got that? Right. Madi. මේක තියෙන discrepancy මට හම්බුන 8ක් 9ක් විතර වගේ. චූටි document එක හොයන්න. Well said. Draft or bill of exchange drawn on applicant instead of issuing bag. Power bikes වලට තමයි දාව තියෙන්නේ නේද? එතකොට කී දෙනෙක් හරිද ඒක? කී දෙනෙක් notice කළාද? Right. The others, they had to be bit alert. දැන් ආපස්සට ගෙදර ගිහිල්ලා ආයෙත් ඕක කරන්න. The more you do, you will. 24th, we are having the exam. So, before that, try to do it again and get familiarized with the thing. When insurance, what's the conveyance in it? Shimalaya. Then BL again. Yukiko Mishamiya. Right. Can take it. Take a down pulang. Take a key notice color. Right. Then mm-hmm. 20 motorcycles. LC says 20 FC 600 motorcycles. The invoice, commercial invoice says 20 FC. හරිනේ. නෑ මේ ඇති. ඒක ඉෂ්‍යු ගන්න. Insured amount. Insured amount මොකදලා තියෙන්නේ? මට එහෙම බෑ insured amount කියලා ආයෙ මේ තුට්ටික මට දෙන්න. Good. Insurance not cover 110% of the commodity value. Insurance not covered 110% of the commodity value. But හරිද ඉස්ලාම් ඒක හරිද in arguments may argue එක you can argue discrepancies when you are quoting discrepancies. I told you there's no gospel truth and it is not a science, it's an art, right? So anybody can argue. I that's why I'm having this workshop. I want all of you to fight this guy. Then he has to now, okay, for example, he is in the importers bank. Now he is quoting a discrepancy. If you are not agreeable, what the exporters bank will do, negotiating bank, they will refute. Right? So that's the same thing I want to happen here. කවුරු එක්කෙනෙක් කිව්වොත් ඒක ආගේ වෙන්න ඕන. පිළිගන්න එපා. පිළිගන්නවා නම් ඔයගොල්ලෝ බැංකර්ස්ලා නෙමෙයි. මෙයාගේ එකට කවුරු ඉන්නවද against 110%? In more than 110 දෙන්නේ. බලන්න. Oh, invoice value එක එන්නවනේ. කීයද මේක insurance value එක තියෙන්නේ පුතා? 100 and දැන් මට වෙනම කන්නඩියක් ගන්න වෙනවා මේක බලන්න S දෙකක් යනවා අපේ.
Invoice value is 120,580. 110% value is 172,630.
Less than 110 it's a discrepancy. It's a discrepancy. Right? It's a discrepancy. මොකද අතන 5% tolerance එකක් ආවනේ. ඒකටත් add වෙන්න ඕන. Invoice value එකකින් 110. Okay. Then insurance issued after the BL date, after the shipment date or BL date. Anybody argue against that? උගාට බය නැතුව බැංක් එකේ වැඩ කරන අනිත් බැංක් එකේ ඉන්න ඔක්කොම අනිත් කට්ටිය වගේ. තාත්ත නැහැ කියන එක පිළිගන්න. එහෙම බෑ. Right? Okay. Then එකක් තියෙනවා මට ඔරුත් කිව්වේ නැහැ. Late presentation. Anybody arguing against that? Now you are getting a discrepancy or late presentation. Check this and then argue. How was the presentation at the morning? නෑ නේද? අන්න දැක්කනේ. ඔන්න ඔයගේ තමයි ෆයිට් එක එන්න ඕනේ. අර පැත්තෙන් අනිත් බැංක් එකෙන් කියනවා no, we are not agreeable කියලා. Right. Tamam. So I will just go through what I have noticed. Draft drawn on applicant instead of issuing bank. You got it. Then invoice says 500cc bikes instead of 600cc. Right? That also is there. Two different vessel names in BL and invoice. Right? Then BL notify parties differs from the DC. එකක් කිව්වා අපි නේ. Then full set of BL not submitted, only 3 original submitted. තව එකක් තියෙනවා. Insurance certificate shows the date after shipment date. Insurance not cover 110% of commodity value. BL එකේ එකක් හොයලා තියෙනවා. What about Lapsekasla? In the BL, there's one more. BL, කොහොමද consignee to order. If it is to order, then you have to endorse it. Endorsement එක තියෙනවද? Back of the document දාලා තියෙනවනේ. Blank. ඒක endorse කරලා නැහැ. Right? එතන BL has endorsed I think BL has endorsed to the order of the applicant. Yeah. Not the issuing bank, ne? ඒක හරි. ඊට පස්සේ DC number. තව එකක් මට ආවා. DC number has not mentioned in insurance certificate, BL and invoice. ගාන එක හරිද කියලා? DC number එක දාන්න එක document එකක. දාන්න වෙන්නේ. නමුත් නෑ සාමාන්‍ය DC number එක අපි දන්නේ නැහැ නේද මොකටද මේ DC number එක එන්න ඕන. Right, okay. මේ පේරි මේ කොළ දෙක තුනේ document එකේ කොච්චර discrepancies එකේ තිබුණාද? Right. Now can you start checking this particular document, DC number 291-075. මේක 291-075. කොටි මේකක් තියෙන්නේ අනේ ඒක. ඉක්මනට කරන්න බලන්න. මට ගොඩක් වෙලා දෙන්න බෑ මොකද මේ today I was our last final class. I need the last half an hour to discuss with you harmonized code, HS codes 491, HS codes and GSP and GSP plus. Right? So I get half an hour, 40 minutes in the only contact. කරන්න හැබැයි අර එක්සෑම් එක වගේ මට ඕනේ නෑ හරිද relax discuss with your friend right කතා කරන්න කිසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ කතා කරලා යාළුවොත් එක්ක කතා කරගෙන ඒ කොලින් නම් මේ කොට කෑ ගන්න කිව්වොත් කමන්නේ කිසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ full relax එකේ කතා කරනවා ආගියු කරනවා now it's 6 to 9. 9:15. If you have any doubts, you can discuss with your friends. Bangunan negeri Andang, kita percaya Start doing the DC number 291 document at the other. I make a pattern. 291. But then people who wants to submit their what do you call this assignment number 1, please submitting. You know, but then I'll give you one assurance if you are giving me. If you get lesser marks for this one, I'll keep the previous mark as it is. It about to the hari කරන්නේ තියෙන එකක් නැති වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒක තමයි කරගන්නේ. ඒ වුණොත් මම ඒ chance එක දෙන්න ඕනේ. Start here. Kakyanma. Income differs. DC. What's the income term in the DC? EXW. Huh? Income differ when you get it. Huh? Invoice. Commercial invoice. Mana mana tama hambun na yun.
Terms of delivery and payment invoicing.
Terms of delivery and portfolio. Yes. Okay. Any what about the others? Do you agree with that? Do you agree? Huh? Yes. Okay. Good. Jump down to the income terms differs in the BL, commission. Okay. Good. Anything else? DC number not mentioned. BL. Agreed? Agreed? Okay. Anything else? I didn't know what DC numbers not mentioned. Invoice and packing list.
Yeah.
Invoice, BL, and packing list. Right. Then invoice dated prior to the LC. This is a discrepancy. No, it is not a discrepancy.
That's condition.
Huh? Condition that no. Condition that nothing discrepancy can be. Additional condition or condition. Okay. That's a clear condition, right? So invoice issued after the sorry, prior to the DC issued. Right, fine. Huh? Is it? Is it a major discrepancy? And we go through the what do you call this ISBT invoice and packing list. Date and signature is not a must. Date. Is it a condition in the LC? All documents to be dated. Yeah. If that's a condition, then packing list is undated. Then we can't determine whether it has been issued prior to the LC or not getting. Right? So on that condition, yes, right, fine.
The invoice, they ask for indication indicating that the reporting to India is covered under OGL and item after the appearing the negative that that is not mentioned in the invoice. Indication.
What about others? Are you arguing on that? LC what is it? 40?
Under the invoice,
Yeah.
the invoice signing indicating that the import into India is covered under OGL and the item does not appear in the negative or restricted list of foreign credit policy number 2019 to 2040.
Okay. Original invoices signed in duplicate, indicating that the import into India is covered under the OGL and the item does not appear in the negative or restricted list. That is not mentioned. Okay. Agreed. Anything else? මම ඒක හොයාගෙන තියෙනවා. මම ඒක දාලා තියෙන්නේ. ඔයාලගේ හැලක් නෙමෙයි. ඒක මම බැලුවේ මේ කොහෙද වෙලා තියෙන්නේ කියලා. මම දාලා තියෙන්නේ invoices not indicated that the import into India ... හැලේ නැතුව trade policy 2009 to 2014. So that's the same thing. The මේ හැලේ ගුඩා කිව්වා මම බැලුවා. මට ඔක්කොම mislike කරනවා. ඔයාලා තියෙනවා ඒක. Right. Okay. Port of loading. මේක මම දැක්ක එකක් තමයි මේ bill BL they have given the BL they have submitted presented is the England BL. ඒක උතන වෙලා තියෙන්නේ the England BL. අතන port of loading එන්නේ මොනවද කියන්නේ port of loading yes invoice
Yes. They have a mention for the discharge, they have a US.
port of discharge USA. You mean only the port they have not mentioned? The port of port of loading they have not mentioned. Final destination India, port of loading not mentioned. Okay. So take a major නෙමෙයි, but you can quote it. Why I agree with you is sometimes some banks when they check the documents they say major discrepancy. It's not a major discrepancy, it's a minor discrepancy and all. For me, there's no minor discrepancy or major discrepancy. If it is a discrepancy. Right? So if you have seen something, better quote it. Right? Okay. Then pardon? LC is asking for a Bill of exchange එක අහලා තියෙනවද? Each original invoice and each draft and incomplete documents called drafted site. Yes, site LC. Yeah. Own name. Drafted site. Not a must. LC එකේ තියෙනවා නම් drafted site, but under the documents required, they have they required. If it is a site one, no need. But if the LC is required, then you have to mention, right? So, they have not submitted. No? Yeah. Right. Someone else. Description of goods. But not as per DC, but humble, you know. Agree the good. Agree. Description of goods. Not as per DC. Good. You people have found much more than I have noticed. Notice correctly. You don't know what a complete, you know. Very good. And people must do him without quite a lot. It is covered. Very good. Right. So shall we move on to the second one? TST 127 LC TST 127. I saw some of you have removed this thing, right? Papers stick on the paper check කරලා කමන්නේ. දැන් clips තියෙනවා නම් clip එක අරගෙන clip එක ගහගන්න. නැත්නම් ඔය එහාට බැරි කලුප ගත්තේ. මම clips check කරලා ගත්තා. පටවනද clip එක? ඈ? මොන ගන්න බදේ ඔය? මේක මොන නවල කවදාද ඔය? මෙතන තියලා ගන්න ඕනේ කෙනෙක්. Okay. I'll give another half an hour and you don't have to discuss. 1 hour. ඔගන්ට එක්සෑම් එකට දෙන්න මම එකක් තෝරගත්තා. ඒක ඇත්තටම කොහොමද මේ බයරට කරන්නේ. අද කරන්නේ වට තරම් අමාරු නෑ. බැලුව ගමන් හතරක් හොයාගන්න පුළුවන් මේ පහයි නෝනේ. පහට වැඩියෙන් මාක් කළොත් මයිනස් ආ. පහට වැඩිය මාක් කළොත් මයිනස්. එහෙනම් ඔක්කොම එහෙනම් අර මම දාපු ඉස්සම මාක් කළා දැම්මොත් වෙන හරියනවා. එහෙම බෑ. පහට වැඩි නම් ඔක්කොම මයිනස් වෙන්නේ. අර පහයි කොනේ I got about 6 or 7 people මට හම්බුණා. 7 8 people මට හම්බුණා. ඒකෙන් මම පහත් පහෙන් හතරක් නම් ඒ හතර තේරුම් නැත්නම් ගහන්නත් ඕන. ඇස් පණ අපිට මිනිහ බලපු ගමන් දඩ යනවා. අපලක් හදලා හරි. කියන්නේ 12 marks out of 50 assured. ඔක හැප් තියෙනවා නම් උසුරු ලකුණු තුනක් ගන්න. බයරට එක්සෑම් එක කරන්න. ඒවා නෝර්මල් තිබ්බ කවුනේ කියලා. හරින්නේ කරාගත්ත එහෙම. කල්පනා කරනවා මට දෙන්න අර දෙන්න ඕන නම් මට දෙන්න ලැජ්ජ නම් මේනකට දෙන්න හැබැයි දැම්මම දෙන්න ගිහිල්ලා නැත්තම් මේ ආසියුනාරි මේ අද මට යනකොට අරන් යන්න. Draft එක ඔය කටියෙන් දාන්න පුළුවන්. අර ගිරේ මිජ්ජක් තියෙන එකද? draft එකේ discrepancies නැහැ කියලා හිතන්න. ඒකේ ගිරේ මිජ්ජක් තියෙන්නේ. මිරේ එකක් තියෙනවා නම් ඉස්සරහට හොයාගන්න පුළුවන්. ඔයගොල්ලෝ බලුවද මම මොකද භාෂාව කියලා මෙච්චර ඔකද හෙව්වේ ඊවන් try කළා ඒකේ එරස් නැහැ කියලා හිතන්නේ මේ බොක්ස් හරිය වාඩි ළමයි කියලා මේ බලන්න අපි ගන්නකොට මේවත් එන්නේ images ඉන්නේ HSBC. We don't get physical documents. These are documents submitted in Hong Kong, China, Macau, so countries saya kata documents mainly. Document checking in HSBC, Google Syntax, the most difficult one. Now you are familiar with the documents. You have to touch it and you can turn it. There, everybody is having two screens. One is LC, one is the document. Make balabala, square. Okay. Shall we start? Discussing the thing, or do you want another 5 minutes? Tell me. If you are not finished, do you want another 5 minutes? For your assignment, I have not given any timing, right? You can take 1 hour, 1.5 hours, or 2 hours, not the whole day. Huh? We can't put a immediate here. We say at least 2 hours, 2 hours more than enough. Something about a cut here, half an hour, hey. Now, balance 8 people. Make a material short shift. Huh? I said shift. Yeah. Pardon? Sorry. Article was shift. Complete. ඒකට මේ short ship නේ. Short ship. Partnership එක වෙලා කියවනේ business දිනවල යන්න පුළුවන්. Separate articles වලට යන්න පුළුවන්. Partnership but when you are shipping one set, it has to be complete. Like a short ship can be given. And they were here, short ship, you know. Right, okay. How was it? Oh. Google gave me. Yeah. Without. I think it was hold up. Okay. He has gotten another one. If I it says final inspection report, right? Not issued as per LC the language. The language it's details of remarks and comments, everything in Chinese language. The LC it says it has to be in the same language as the LC. So we can't take any, we can check or use this one. Not everything using Chinese language. LC has requested. If LC has not requested the language, then it is not an issue. Then it is not an issue because we are not going to go into details of the inspection report. What we want is whether the inspection report is there. But whether that inspection report whether we can use that one is a problem. That is why they have asked us to give the inspection certificate, all the documents in LC language. LC is in English, so it has to be in English. Right? Make a Mama make a notice Chinese slipper, they have given the English translation. So the top part was okay. Only with the remarks and comments is the problem. Right? Okay,
represent no more less within each individual constituent amount are acceptable.
3%.
No more less within the individual constituent amount are acceptable. 3% no more less within the individual constituent amount are acceptable. 3% no more less within the individual constituent amount are acceptable. 3% no more less within the individual constituent amount are acceptable. 3% no more less within the individual constituent amount are acceptable. 3% no more less within the individual constituent amount are acceptable. 3% no more less within the individual constituent amount are acceptable. 3% no more less within the individual constituent amount are acceptable. 3% no more less within the individual constituent amount are acceptable. 3% no more less within the individual constituent amount are acceptable. 3% no more less within the individual constituent amount are acceptable. 3% no more less within the individual constituent amount are acceptable. 3% no more less within the individual constituent amount are acceptable. 3% no more less within the individual constituent amount are acceptable. 3% no
What's the name of that? 3%, 3% more or less between the each between quantity and non-market. So making a 3% then you have to provide 240. 240 until 240 until 200 cases. 200 cases. Here is it color. Other 92 pieces. Other 92. So, other 92 pieces. What's the percentage? Very good catch. Very good catch. Since not technically you have noticed that. They were good. I don't know. Very good. That means you know my life. So, one hour the life, I have to get on. The best thing is please do your calculations properly. You know it is you can say, who look at the set and then. I don't know. Well, I don't know other. I don't know. If you that the other day, how did that? Put it again. I don't know. You only love it. When it was only for them, you see, I just give it together. And they will say, you know, they have been make a substitute. Okay, go ahead, put it. Then make a amount. Make up another making. You know, down and system. Very good. Very good. Right. Shall we go for the last final one? KTG 14. A KTG 14 එක තමයි මම ගිය පාර එක්සෑම් එකට දුන්නේ. right? දැන් ඒක KTG 14 එක මම දිගට කරන්නේ විශ්ය. ඒක නම් පහක් මාක් කරන්න. එක්සෑම් එක මම අන්තිමට දාගත්තා. ඒක පහ මාක් කරනකොට කීයක් නේද? ඒක බලන්න 24 කියලා. Ada dia makan. Kata orang. Okay, last example about 80% of the students, 15 out of 50. Less than 9 minutes. Less than 9 minutes. Paganda and the assignment again to give the mind like name, like number, volume also. But please don't go by the discrepancies I have quoted, listed. Right? You find the discrepancies and then check whether the discrepancy is listed. Otherwise, don't. Okay. All I finished because I want to check mark, give marks to you. Right? All have finished? Or do you need? I think discuss over that. We will discuss two areas also. The assessment you are going to get is artificial happy. Right. Happy with it. Well, nothing at the other one. You need any more time? I'll give you another 5 minutes, then I'm going to start. One more thing I want to discuss with you if you are going to be a doc checker and if you are checking documents, it's very important and you have to understand. And when you are quoting discrepancies, you have to go through the entire LC and the amendments and everything, and find out all the discrepancies, whatever the discrepancies you can. Right? And those discrepancies has to be foolproof. Now, for this one or any other thing, if the LC is expired, there's no, what do you call this, amendments. Right? LC expired can be one of the serious discrepancy. When the LC is expired, you quote whatever the discrepancies you can. Okay. For example, if the LC is not expired, then you have quoted three discrepancies. They have quoted three discrepancies. By mistake or you can oversight, you have quoted late shipment or whatever. You can oversight. Late shipment එක ආගය කරන්න පුළුවන් එකක් නෑ. ආගය කරන්න පුළුවන් එකක් නෑ. එතකොට අපිට ඒකට giving කරන්න වෙනවා. තවත් වාදයක තවත් discrepancies. The other discrepancies, if you have not mentioned those things, then later you can't go back to them. Only once. So that is why you have to find discrepancies as much as possible. The earlier 2-3 examples, we found 7, 8, 9 discrepancies. That's good. But this one, for the sake of doing the paper assignment, I have asked you to find only 5. There may be more. In my answer paper, I have found about 7 or 8 under this document. Right? But you have to mark only 5. Maybe, okay. LC expired, a lot of people may have done it. Some people have missed it. That's it. හැබැයි වෙන එකක් note කරලා දිනනවා then we will give the marks. Right? But anyway, for the sake of this exam, only 5. Otherwise, you have to find as much as possible, right? Okay. Shall we discuss about the answers? Can you come up with one answer? One discrepancy? LC expired, right? If LC expired, if you have marked, but you have to be honest, huh? Then go calendar marks calendar end pa. You have to be honest. Again, card lot and everybody mark, right? Then thing. Late shipment. That's also correct. Late shipment. Have you marked late shipment? Right? Late. Late presentation. Yes. Late presentation. The author mark 9 marks. Shape ne. Pardon? 47 A wala. What's your name? If DC is overdrawn and such a discrepancy is accepted by applicant and DC issuing bank, if DC is overdrawn and such a discrepancy is accepted by applicant and DC issuing bank, DC overdrawn commission at 0.25% minimum are for account of beneficiary and will be deducted. The DC expired within it. A DC expired, commission at 0.25% for 6 months are for account of beneficiary and will be deducted from receipts at the time of reimbursement. It has nothing to do with the DC expired. If the DC is expired, then when we are, anyway, we are not sending, if the other party accepted, when we quoted, they said, okay, fine, right? When a party accepted now, then we will remit money. When we are remitting money, this calculation applies, right? Very rare incident. It is not common, no? In ILCs. It is not common. Okay, anyway, late presentation, late shipment, late letter of credit expired. Then airway bill presented instead of bill of lading. Very good. Now, accepted. Correct. Extra copy of the invoice for issuing bank not submitted. Then
Departure.
departure airport, not as per this system. Then part වැඩි යනවද? නෑ නෑ ඔය ඕක මාක් කරන්න පාව යටින් තියා ගන්න හරිද? අර දැන් අපි දැන් කතා කරනේම යටින් පොලේ යටින් තියා ගන්න. අර ෆයිල් අහලා තියෙන එකට මික්ස් කරගන්න එපා. ඒක යටින් තියා ගන්න. departure airport not as per this system. ඒක දාලා තිබුණාද අපි මේකේ? Okay. Beneficiary certificate, undated. I agree. Then description of the goods in the airway bill.
Not that same.
What about that? Huh? Mangal, anything? Are you contesting Penny? Description of goods in the airway bill, not as per DC. Can me matter me ඔයගේ කුඩුට ගන්න මේ හයියෙන් කතා කරනවා. දැන් ඕගොල්ලෝ බැලලා ඔෆිස් එකේ තමයි කතා බහ කරන කෑ ගහගෙන කතා කරනවා. මොන පිස්සුද ඕක නෑ කියලා කෑ ගන්න ඕනේ. ඒක this is not a discrepancy කියනවා. කොහොමද?
Item specifically data තියෙන
Applicant and transport document. When it's in the transport document, you don't have to be identical, right? Like toy guns. If it is toy guns, if you have mentioned toys in the VL, that's accepted. But if you mention guns, it is not accepted. Right? It is like that. General description is enough. Mother, example of the Hancock brand, 2000 briefcases, Hancock brand, right? Correct. මම එකක් කියලා තුනවා ඒක ඔගොල්ලෝ හෙව්වද කවුද? දැන් මේකට තව ඔය එකක් තියෙනවා. නා? courier receipt. Very good. What the courier receipt එක? මම දාලා තියෙන්නේ discrepancy ලියලා තියෙන්නේ courier receipt indicates a date after 2 days from the date of shipment, which is inconsistent with beneficiary certificate and field 46A, item number 8 of this. Exactly. Right? Courier receipt again. Right. After Otika, who are the people got 5 out of 5? Which will send what? එහෙනම් අරක වෙන එකක් දෙන්න වෙනවා වල බෑ. එහෙනම් වෙන එකක් දෙන්න වෙනවා. 4 3 1 කවුද ඉන්නේ? තව 3 2 Only 3 මොනවද ආවේ? මේ චිත්‍රණ එක වෙන date presentation. You say friend. It's no that in big level. Right. එහෙනම් ඉතින් පාර වගේම ග්‍රාම්ස් ඒ දැන් මම කියන්නේ majority got 5 out of 5. section something means දාගන්න බලන්න කොහොමද 30 marks 30 marks වලින් මේකට 15 දාගත්තොත් අරකට 10 දාගත්තා ඒක 25 then you have to score another 26 51 pass mark 51 but another 26 in the final paper මරකි ගන්න හදාගත්තා නම් compulsory කරන්නේ first එක multiple choice is the get the multiple choice even last year and before last I was a little bit disappointed because majority not none of the students have scored 20 out of 10 all 10 even වැඩි මොන ගියේ කෙනෙක් හරි දෙන්නෙක් හරි 16 I don't know why I have done quite a lot with you people so please study right please study have I given some sample multiple choice questions something like that කරලා දෙනවා taking very long 20 වලින් 16 වත් ගත්තම වලකුණු 10 ගන්න තියෙනවා. වලකුණු 10 ගන්න තියෙන පාස් එකනේ. 51 අර පාස් එක I don't want anybody to take 51. Right? I want to take at least 80. 80 තරගෙන ඔයන්නේ යන්න distinction එක. Right? That's the way we have to do it. Okay, itu කට්ටියකින් දෙන්නෙක් තමයි මගෙන් ගත්තේ 80 over 90 ගත්ත තුන්දෙනායි from 2012 only 3 people over 90. Okay. One was Nancy, commercial bank. Second one was Maliti, Hardings Bank, then active like a trade finance association. The other one was A class second. I didn't prepare the paper and I didn't check the paper that particular class. That was in 2014. 2014, I have conducted lectures and the paper was prepared by outsider and it was checked by an outsider. Purposely I said, washing my hands because I have my own principles. Well, my daughter was there. My daughter was there in the class. Right? That was a funny story. The daughters or sons, they don't care. Others, yeah, children think we know everything. What the father knows about, right? And what in there. She's married, she's been separately. So when I came to the class, the very first day, my daughter and son-in-law, they both were sitting. And when they saw me, I saw stars. Right? When they saw me, Mrs. Gorakanta came with me to introduce me to the class. No, but that come on, something like that. During the debate, my daughter was asking me, "Auntie, we didn't know that you are doing this." Unless I said, didn't know that you are doing this. I don't know why she left prayed. She was there, she was doing very good. they also scored 92 or something. I would, I think. Right? Hansi and Maliki. Still they are continuing in the play. They would have jumped on a ball. But recording all the others, even last year, was 85, 86. I don't think anyone is touched 90. Right. Shall we discuss about you wanted me to do HS codes and then GSP and GSP plus are the area which has great professionals we have to understand. We have to understand. Especially in the HS code. Right? Harmonized system codes. Right? There's no handouts, but this presentation has been uploaded to the system. So you can have access when you go home, you can study. Right? If you want, you can. And if you want to jot down any areas, notes, please do so. Right? But presentation is uploaded, right? Like the other ones. Harmonized commodity description and coding system, also known as the harmonized system of tariff nomenclature, is an internationally standardized system of names and numbers to classify traded products. These harmonized system codes are very, very important when you are doing the imports and exports, because everything is standardized globally throughout the all the countries, not all the countries, they all use standard harmonized code, right? The organized standard, World Custom Organization. WCO is the one who is organizing this harmonized codes, HS codes. Every LC when we open, they request HS codes. And HS codes are double checked by the customs when we receive the goods. This is something they double check, because if you want to manipulate the thing, the goods, you can change the HS code. Small change can make a big difference. Even the custom tariff, right? Now, these days, we know that a lot of items have been banned, or they have put a temporary stoppage of certain imports. Like, Janabad, bank in the Gatini. One of the then import because from April last year we have stopped. Huh? Vehicle. Palm oil. Sugar, sugar we can import, but the payment methods is different. Import now,
75.
sanitary ware. එතකොට මේවා තව මොනවද මේ AC, air conditioner, fridges. එතකොට වෙන එකක් මම දැක්කා ඒ ලිස්ට් එකේ තියෙනවා sports shoes. Sports shoes තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේ ගොඩාක් items තියෙනවා. ඒවත් තියෙනවා. Then sports shoes and normal shoes, what's the difference? HS code ගත්තාම අන්තිමේදී අර 6 or 8 digit එකේ තමයි 6 digit එකේ තමයි මේක normal shoe එකක්ද sports shoe එකක්ද කියන්නේ. එතකොට ඒකට ඒ 6 digit එක if you change it to a normal shoes, then you can import. Right? Customer ගාලා දුන්නා දැන් ඉන්නේ ඒකනේ. පොල් එකනවා ගාලා දුන්නා පොල් එකේදී. same thing happen. Right? එතකොට ගාලා දීලා shape කරගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක තමයි ඒගොල්ලෝ කරන්නේ. Even the vehicle. Sometimes they say 12 seater, 15 seater and above, they will not allow. They will say 15 seater and above, up to 30 seaters allow. Less than that, 6 seaters, 7 seaters, 12 seaters, not allowed. එතකොට අරගොඩ කරන්නේ 12 seater එකක් ගෙනල්ලා අර 15 seater එකේ HS code එක දානවා. That's fine. It's a big effort. But even the gazette notifications when we do, it goes as HS codes in the gazette notification. Right? That is why it is very important that we insert our when that we use that way. It came into effect in 1988. This was introduced in 1988 and has been developed and maintained by the World Customs Organization. Formerly the Customs Cooperation Council, right? In Brussels, Belgium, with over 200 member countries. We are also one of the member countries in the WCO, right? This facilitates as a basis for their custom tariff and for the calculation of international trade statistics. HS codes are very important to calculate the custom tariff as well as for the calculation of international trade statistics. How many motor cars have been imported to Sri Lanka in 2019? Immediately, the customs department, they will go for the motor car HS code, type it, full amount again. Based on the HS codes, all these statistics we can obtain. Right? Over 98% of the merchandise in international trade is classified in terms of the HS code. Over 98% of the merchandise in international trade is classified in terms of HS. Right? So therefore, HS codes are very, very important. The HS, the harmonized system is organized logically by economic activity or component materials. Right? For example, animals and animal products are found in one section of the harmonized system, while machinery and mechanical appliances are found in another. We have about 21 sections. In harmonized system is organized into 21 sections. The animals, then machinery, they have separate sections, right? HS is organized into 21 sections, which are subdivided into 99 chapters. So, all these 21 sections are subdivided into 99 chapters. The 99 HS chapters are further subdivided into 1244 headings and 5224 subheadings. Now we can see how this is going to get spread. Right? It comprises about 5,000 commodity groups, each identified by 6-digit code, arranged in a legal and logical structure, and is supported by well-defined rules to achieve uniform classification. But here, even though we say identify by a 6-digit code, sometimes these digits can extend it to 8 digits, 10 digits, 12 digits. How the way now, but basically, any HS code will be 6, minimum 6. Minimum 6 out of us say 8, 10, A serial in the bind. Right? For example, 8 digit origin. Which country? That also gets the first 2 digits is designated the HS chapter. First 2 digits designated the HS chapter. The second 2 digits designate the HS heading. The third 2 digits designate the HS subheading. Yeah. Now I have given an example. HS code 1006.30. 1006.30. For example, indicates 1006.30. Okay, just right. For example, indicates chapter 10. The make and the first 2 digits and the chapter. Chapter 10. Chapter 10 is theory. Right? Then heading. This one. This is heading. Number 6 heading again, serial under serial. Number 6 heading. Medium, nice. Nice is a serial. Is it? Nice is a serial. Under chapter 10, 06 is the commodity, nice. Right? And subheading 30. Subheading 30 medium. Subheading. This is subheading. Subheading 30. Subheading 30. Semi-mellow, wholly milk rice. Whether or not polished or don't appear. Okay, you know some the basmati rice and all. Some are polished. Or semi-milk or wholly milk. 10 1006.30 under chapter 10, subheading 6, under chapter 10 is serials, 06 is rights, then gives the condition of the rights, whether it is polished or semi-milled or semi-milled, right? It is when a raw in order, without number, මේ වගේ ගේනවා කියලා රෝ එකක් ගෙනාව දැක්කම වෙන නම්බර් එකක් තමයි එන්න ඕනේ. ඒ නම්බර් එක මෙතන මැනිපියුලේට් කරනවා. කස්ටමර්ට ගන්න තියෙනවා. මොකද තමයි ඔය හයි. මේකට ටැක්ස් එක වැඩි. රෝ එකට ටැක්ස් එක අඩුයි. ටැක්ස් එක ඉවෙන්ට් ගන්න තමයි. people are well behaved. Example of the hierarchical structure of the harmonized system. Section 2, vegetable products. Right? Section 2, vegetable products. And under that, chapter 10, cereals. Heading 10.6, the rice. Subheading 10.6.30, semi-milled or fully milled rice, whether or not polished or clear? Right. ඒ වගේම තමයි දැන් vehicles වලට අපි ඔය විදිහට තමයි ඔයලා ගන්න. Right. In addition to the HS codes and commodity descriptions, each section and chapter of the HS is prefaced by legal notes which are designated to clarify the proper classification of goods. දැන් මෙතන තව එකක් තියෙනවා. දැන් මේක තව එකක් පැහැට යන්න පුළුවන්. 530 ඊගොඩ තව කැලක් වටන් ගන්න පුළුවන් අපි හිතමු. Just assume 515 කියලා. Correct? 515 it may be the origin. Origin, Pakistan. So basmati rice is coming from Pakistan. This gives the whole picture. Right? Even the origin. You can work it out. But basically, may 6 tamaya, it can go. Right? Our subdivide කරගෙන අපිට යවන්න පුළුවන්. It is also extensively used by governments, international organizations, and the private sector for many other purposes, such as internal taxes, trade policies, monitoring of control goods. Monitoring of control goods, very important. At the moment, there are certain goods are gazetted. So how we are going to monitor? It's something. මේ පාර අර Q එක දැක්කනේ අර මම දන්නේ I don't know why these days hot topic එකක් යනනේ Mrs. Siddhika Senaratne. You must have seen that. You must have watched the TV interview. I watched her interview, but I can't find anything against her. What she told was the actual thing, right? Maybe this is my opinion. She may have missed certain things, or she may have misinterpreted Velatine because of her language. Looks like she is very fluent in English. Very fluent in English. When she started describing something in Sinhala, භාෂාවේ වරද්ද ගන්න ඕනේ. ඒ වරද්ද ගත්තේ ඒකට තමයි මේ මිනිස්සු ඔක්කොම අපේ වටේ ඉන්න political හොරු ටික දැන් බයිනවා. Because she's a, I don't know who is that lady. A TV news item එක දැක්ක ගමන් මට හිතෙනවා යමක් කමක් දන්න හොඳ මිනිස්සෙක් කියලා විතරයි මට නම් හිතෙන්නේ. නමුත් අපේ මිනිස්සුන්ට ඒක දිරවන්නේ නැහැ නේ. මෙයාගේ people are manipulating the HS codes. People are manipulating the HS codes and bringing. And as her authority cannot check everything. If they submit the goods for her to give the certificate, right, standard certificates, then they'll give. But how many things are released without forwarding to the Bureau of Standards? Right, you know. Then rules of origin, transport statistics, trade tariff, right? Price monitoring, quota controls, very important. Finished garments, when we are exporting under GSP or GSP plus, under quota system, we have to monitor how many garments and what's the value of those things, everything is there. So, HS codes are in. Then compilation of national accounts and economic research and analysis. We have a HS codes. The HS code is that's a universal economic language and code for goods and an indispensable tool for international trade. It's an indispensable tool for international trade. It's very, very important. Like, people can manipulate them to a lot of things. Right. I think you got some idea about HS codes. Like you take an explain about the HS codes. That's why I have prepared this presentation. Right. The other one is generalized scheme of preferences, GSP, and generalized scheme of preferences plus, GSP plus. Shortened form, this is, we are very familiar with GSP and GSP plus. What is GSP and what is GSP plus? Why we were so worried about GSP and GSP plus? Right. In nutshell, European Union GSP removes import duties from product coming into the European Union market from vulnerable developing countries. Especially the European Union are the people who are giving us the GSP and GSP plus. Right? So they are giving this only for developing countries or underdeveloped countries, not for developed countries, developing countries. Like Sri Lanka, it's a developing country. Apart from European Union, US is also giving GSP facilities. Right? And that is why when you analyze, I think I have given this in the first class introduction to trade, international trade, my very first class. If you go through the our imports and our exports to which countries and all. You must have seen lot to US and European Union. Why European? Because European Union are the people who are giving the GSP facilities to developing countries like Sri Lanka. This helps developing countries to alleviate poverty and create jobs based on international values and principles, including labor and human rights. Make a less in a GSP plus GSP. Now, what they say is they will this facility is given to the developing countries, right, to alleviate poverty and create jobs based on international values and principles, including labor and human rights. There are certain controls. When the European Union gives GSP, they wanted us to guided by certain regulations, conventions. I think if I am correct, there are about 23 or 27 conventions, international conventions, which we have to abide by. Then all these things you have to think about what has happened recently. About 2 weeks back, we lost Geneva. At Geneva, we lost this human rights. They were against us. Majority European Union and America. Right? Make politics and me. Then definitely they will. The next step they are going to do is to stop our GSP facility. Because we have, they will say you have violated until you come back and sort out everything. We will stop this. Right? Almost 50 years ago, the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development asked developed countries to help developing countries integrate into the world economy. About 50 years back, make a patangate, make up our kala organization. UNCTAD, I told you about 50 years back in 1967 or so, UNCTAD was started. Right? And the other people who suggest is developed countries should help the developing countries. And that's why they said, please give them a concession by way of GSP. The generalized, the GSP was born, and today about a dozen countries have GSP mechanism in place. Right? Who grants GSP preference? These are the countries, 13 countries grant GSP preference. Australia, Canada, Iceland, Kazakhstan, Norway, Switzerland, USA, Belarus, European Union, Japan, New Zealand, the Russian Federation, and Turkey. Right? GSP, they are the people who grant GSP facilities to us. Right? Some other countries that come up with just countries like Turkey and Belarus. And they are developed nations. Then the European Union offers standard GSP for low and lower middle income countries. This means a partial or full removal of custom duties on 2/3 of tariff lines. Right? Standard GSP for low and lower middle income countries. Then that is standard GSP. GSP plus GSP plus අපි ඉල්ලන්නේ ඒකද GSP plus දෙන්නේ ඒකද GSP plus the special incentive arrangements for sustainable development and good governance. It slashes this same tariff to 0% for vulnerable low and lower middle income countries that implement 27 international conventions related to human rights, labor rights, protection of the environment, and good governance. Only European Union offer GSP plus benefit. Right? Only European Union offer GSP plus benefit. GSP is standard GSP, normal GSP for lower middle income countries. It can be reduced tariff or zero, but GSP, when it comes to GSP plus, it is zero tariff. The third category is EBA, everything but arms. EBA means everything but arms. The special arrangements for least developed countries. The African countries or least developed countries, providing them with duty-free, quota-free access to all products except arms and ammunition. Except arms and ammunition, all products. Up to the any specific products, right? Recently, I have visited the EDB to get some information on GSP. They gave me a list. Actually, even I thought GSP plus is for mainly for garments. Garments garments. There are about 450 odd items. 450 odd items. Right? How to know the American party? It again, my Kineko Mata Ramagan, I mean, what other again. Illured the neck in a cup. Metano Balai. Right? Okay. So what is it? What is the benefit of having the GSP? 450 odd items. What is the benefit of having the GSP? Now we will have a discussion. The mom measure what about say? GSP plus or the marine. GSP plus then human rights violate karna, labor rights violate karna, good governance the restrictions are at a then LTT කාලේ අපිට ඒක දුන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ වගේ ගොඩක් තියෙනවා. ඒවා හිර කර කර අපි හිර කරනවා. එහෙම කරගලත් අපි පස්සෙන් ගිහලා ඉල්ලන්නේ ඇයි? කියන්න බෑ මේක දිහා බලාගෙන උත්තර. Tell me, why we are asking? What's the benefit to us? Take one example and then elaborate your answer. Garments, finished garments. What is the benefit? Can you say? Pardon? Why we are asking? What is the good? Effect we are having. Then we get GSP facility. What is it? Government elaborate answer. employment opportunity. Employment opportunity වෙන්නේ අපේ GSP plus සම්මුණ. GSP plus සම්මුණ නැත්තම් මොනවද අපිට වෙන්නේ? මේක උදා අපිට after the war, civil war 2009 ඊට පස්සේ ඉතින් අන්න අපේ කපාරක් අවුරුදු දෙක තුනකට ස්ටොප් කරලා තිබුණා. Then again they right back. Right? And nice thing happened in 2014. 2014 වල ආපහු අපි GSP නේද? ඒකට හේතුව මොකක්ද දන්නවද? වෙනවලු fishing. Fisheries තමයි ගොඩක් අපේ යන්නේ GSP ගොඩක් අපේ යනවා. මාළු to European Union. Right? Our fish catch again, then, but they stopped buying fish from us. European Union. The reason? That was in 2014. The reason was, you know, you must have read this or read this. When some of the down south fishermen, when they go fishing, they use illegal methods. Life course killer, life course killer, you know, like this focus on very high voltage, like මාළුට එක මොකද ඉන්නේ ඔක්කොම එතෙන් යනවා ලයිට් එකට එනවා ලයිට් එකට ආවම දැන් දැම්ම ගත්තා right it's a light course but according to the Vienna Convention this it's a banned one it's a banned what are you looking at you are using light. Therefore, we will not buy this from Thailand. Apa ini mana tu? Apa import sokong itu, export sokong itu, fisheries, belat sokong apa? Jadi kita bukan dari ni apa GSP kita hampun ni. Government, who are our competitors in the world market? Oh yeah, common में IQ ना खुद तो मारी लमाएंगे बांग्लादेश हाँ कौन है हाँ वियतनाम हुकूमत की बड़ा कंट्री है they are leading India तो हुकूमत अभी टाइम ना right with those countries we have to compete and those people have got GSP plus so when their goods goes to European Union, then they import. Their import duties zero. For Bangladesh, Vietnam, and other India, for their products, the import duty is zero. When they import garments from Sri Lanka, they charge 5% or 10% import duty. Then we will be at a disadvantage. Our products are more expensive. When our products are more expensive, nobody wants to buy. That's a common thing. Like if you can, if there are shirts for you to buy at 1,000 rupees, right? And there's another type of shirts for 3,000 rupees. Nobody wants to go and buy 3,000 rupees. 1,000 rupees. Right? And enough quantities also. ඒක තමයි අපි ඉල්ලන්නේ GSP වලට GSP plus වලට අපිට ගන්න ඕනේ කියලා. the objectives of the GSP, the objectives of the generalized and non-reciprocal, non-discriminatory system of preferences. Non-reciprocal. That's another important thing under GSP. When we import to, when we export to European Union, there's no condition for us to import things from European Union. Right? Non-reciprocal. Right? Preference in favor of the developing countries, including special measures in favor of least developed countries, should be to increase their export earnings, to promote their industrialization, and to accelerate their rates of economic growth. GSP got kambulat more than we can, if there's a good market for our garments, then our employment opportunities will go up. More money to our people, more money to our country. Everything is there, right? Under GSP, developed countries offer non-reciprocal preferential treatment, such as zero or low duties on imports to products originating in developing countries. Preference giving countries unilaterally determine which countries and which products are included in their GSP scheme. Under GSP, non-reciprocal means that goods imported into the participating developed countries from selected developing countries are eligible to reduce or nil rates of duty. The GSP system does not apply to exports from the developed countries to the developing countries. Conditions, developing countries are automatically granted GSP if they are classified as having an income level below upper middle income. You can read it because it is very important as trade guys that you know about these things. If a customer comes and asks you about the GSP facility, whether we can export things under GSP facility, you should know. Even at GSP, GSP that's not good for a bank. Right? The list of GSP beneficiary countries as of 1st January 2019, right? These are the GSP countries and GSP plus countries. But GSP countries like Congo, Cook Islands, India, Indonesia, Kenya, GSP plus countries are in Sri Lanka. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 countries comes under GSP plus. Right? Armenia, Bolivia, Cape Verde, Kyrgyzstan, Mongolia, Pakistan, Philippines, Sri Lanka. Right? Monitoring of GSP. The European Union continuously monitors GSP plus beneficiary countries' effective implementation of the 27 international conventions on human rights, labor rights, environmental protection, good governance, right? අපිට GSP plus දීලා හැමත පිළි කොක දාගෙන තියෙනවා. අපි හිත කරලා විත්තියටම දීලා හිත කරලා තියෙනවා. Countries like Sri Lanka, right? This monitoring includes exchange of information, dialogue, and visits, and involves various stakeholders, including civil society. But even the civil society, civil organizations, if they write to European Union, these people are harassing us. We are minority. These people are harassing us. No GSP plus. Finish. These are the tools people are using. The Commission publishes a report on the implementation of GSP every 2 years on the progress made by the GSP Plus beneficiary countries in implementing the 27 international conventions. The 27 international conventions impact of GSP from 2011 to 2017, European Union imports from the beneficiary countries increased by 44%. EBA countries saw their exports to the European Union increased by 125%. We have 40 Sri Lanka trade with European Union. On 19 February 2017, the European Union granted Sri Lanka better access to European Union for its exports. It did so under the European Union generalized GSP Plus. GSP Plus being able to export more to the European Union will help Sri Lanka's economy development and create more and better jobs for its people. The GSP Plus scheme is conditional on Sri Lanka advancing human and labor rights and working towards sustainable development. Right? The make a bigger, make a but I don't want to go into details, but you can just there, read it. Somehow later, questions why GSP Plus import to Sri Lanka. What is GSP Plus? What is GSP and GSP Plus and why it is import to Sri Lanka? Right? So then you have to develop an answer, right? Make a GSP Plus withdrawals to in 2009, European Union decided to withdraw temporarily. That because of the war. All right. That's it. I think you got some fair knowledge about, fair idea about GSP and GSP Plus as well as harmonized code. When you get a question on GSP, a thing like GSP and all, it's always, it will be focus on our economy and how it is affecting a country like Sri Lanka. Right? Whether you get it as an exam question or not, this idea, the facts are very, very important for bankers because you should be able to discuss these things with your customers when they come to you. Then tell them, GSP GSP right? Okay. Anything else you want to know? Then I think Komari so your assessment will be on 24th, 115. 115 the QA. Right. 115 now. Please try to come at 1:15, and I will ask these people to give the papers to you by 1:30, sharp 1:30. So 1:30 when I will end. Parakunai, Guda Parakrum. They may get it up. That Pala Parakunai Gila. Lukui can have a Parakune pump. Take on the next. Right? Many Canada, Hillen now been any to be classrooms. Give the Hika Galia, that may make crowd going down. අපිට ක්ලාස්රූම් දෙකක් ගන්න පුළුවන්. එක ක්ලාස්රූම් එකක් කරන්නත් පුළුවන්. මේක ඉච්චරවට දැන් මෙහාරිය ඔක්කොම එක තියෙනවානේ. අර පිටිපස්සට යනකම දාන්නත් පුළුවන්. පිටිපස්සෙත් දාලා අපි එක ක්ලාස්රූම් එකක අපිට කරගන්න පුළුවන්. මේ ක්ලවුඩ් එක නම් දාගන්න පුළුවන්. right will be normally it's 1.5 hours, 2 hours, but today you did it in 1 hour, ne? Yeah, 1 hour is now half an hour, 45 minutes again. So don't get excited, read it carefully and do the correct thing. Like today, again, I want to say how many people got 5 out of 5? Major one, චුට්ටක් බලන්න වාටේ අතර majority අරගෙන මේක තමයි හොඳයි. right ඒක දැන් අනිත් කට්ටිය 4 ගත්ත කට්ටිය දැන් 5 කරගන්න බලන්න. We have discussed like that. I hope you will enjoy the workshop and you will get the maximum. You will get the maximum so that it will be easy for you to get through the exam. At least if you can score 12 get the money. 15 man, 15 में get, it will be much easy. Right? Then you final exam में क्या उगांडा शुरू कर गंडम पढ़ो. Then you can go for a merit or distinction. Right? Don't think about normal passes. Normal passes गणन करने इतना है. अरे क्या कहते हैं अंदर ना. Right? Okay. Then wish you all the very best and good luck for the exam. And I will be here on 24th. If there's any issue on the paper or anything, you can tell Menaka or somebody. Right? I'll be in the new class 2021 DIT batch, and I'll be here. That's it. පාඩම් කරන්න හොඳට පාඩම් කරලා කරන් ටික හොඳට කරන්න. Right? And I wish you all a happy Single and Tamil New Year. Right? And හොඳින් ඉන්න මේ පිසුනටලා 24th වෙනකොට කොරෝනා දාගන්න එපා. ඒකෙන්ද පරිස්සමෙන් තියාගෙන මෙච්චර කල් පාඩම් කරලා මේ උනාට පස්සේ චෙක් කරගන්න බෑනේ. ඒකෙන්ද පරිස්සමෙන් පාඩම් use this. Tomorrow is also holiday, ne? Not a bank holiday. Yeah, sure.